Welcome back, Better Agents. In this video, we're talking about the best way to generate commercial insurance leads, or better yet, how to generate commercial insurance customers. There's been a lot of marketing misinformation out there, and agents aren't aware of the negative impact it can have on their agencies. Bad ideas lead to bad strategy. Bad strategy leads to bad execution, bad or wrong hires, missed opportunity cost. And usually, it's not until it's too late that you've burned a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of resources trying to implement or execute some of these bad strategies that you don't realize it until it's too late. Here in this video, we're gonna ditch the gimmicks and we're gonna focus on treating our customers and prospects like the adults that they are and giving them the value that they need in order to make a qualified buying decision. Now, this video is going to have a lot of rants, a lot of rambling. I will get into some of the strategic things that you should be doing in order to generate these commercial leads. So I do encourage you to watch this video all the way through. In fact, you're probably going to need to watch it once, twice, maybe 3 different times so that you can fully grasp and understand what it is that we're talking about. Now, if at any point you get lost or confused and you just want to dive deeper into different ideas or strategies that you have in your agency when it comes to generating commercial insurance customers, then I want you to comment down below. Let me know what your question is. I'm going to do my very best to answer it in a clear way that's going to help you reach the result that you're trying to get to. Now, let's talk about the old way of commercial prospecting, because this is the way that a lot of agency owners are still operating today. It's very much a spray and pray method, meaning let's put out a bunch of ads, let's try to collect contact information, name, email, and phone number, and then let's hand that information over to a salesperson, a producer, maybe the agency owner, and let's have them call them and try to generate demand on a very much one-to-one basis to try to get them to buy. This is the old way of thinking, and this is the way that you've got to stop thinking about prospecting. Compare and contrast that to the way that people are making buying decisions today. They want more control over the entire buying process. They're conducting their own research and coming to their own conclusions before they ever even get on a phone call with you or your producer or anybody in the agency. They're looking at peer-to-peer review sites like Google Reviews or even Yelp. They're looking at word of mouth. They're looking at Facebook groups. They're reaching their own idea before they ever hop on a call with you or a producer. And this is where you have to start meeting people if you want to win more in the marketplace. The new way is to create affinity or desire in your buyers so that they consider using you and your agency when it's the right time to buy for them. The old way relied on marketing to collect name, email, address, phone number, job title, and what I'm trying to tell you is that marketing no longer needs to perform that way. That's something that could be self-generated from salespeople by using resources like Zoom Info or LinkedIn, where that contact information is readily available, and sales can then begin to do more sales-driven activities, and marketing's job is to warm up people in the audience so that we can bring people into those conversations when they're ready to buy from you. Here's a fun little exercise that I want you to play in your mind. Think about all the things that you spend marketing or sales dollars on, and then ask yourself, have I ever bought anything using these methods? We've been told that we need to create ebooks or white papers and then put those out online to collect email addresses and phone numbers and then have a salesperson follow up with them so that they can close the sale.
The leads are weak.
The leads are weak. The leads are weak. You're weak.
But I want you to ask yourself, have you ever bought anything from an ebook or a white paper? We've been told that we need to create banner ads all over so that when people go anywhere on the internet, they're seeing our agency, they're seeing our brand. But I want you to ask yourself, have you ever clicked on a banner ad and then bought something? Probably not. In fact, the data shows that most banner ads never get seen and never get clicked on. What about trade show booths? You've been told in the past that you need to go to events where your customers are at. You need to spend thousands of dollars on some pop-up booth where people are going to come to this event. They had no idea who you are. They had no intention of buying anything that you're selling them. And then they're going to magically come by your booth. They're going to take your tchotchke, your stress balls, your pens, and then they're going to want to buy something from you. Has that ever happened? What about the coveted email nurture campaign? We've been told we want to collect email addresses and then drop these people into a long-term nurture campaign. And I'm telling you, while that can be effective for some, it's not going to deliver the results that you want at scale. Have you ever wanted to be nurtured? Have you ever had somebody send you an email every single day for 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, and then you decided to buy? But Nick, if I send them emails every day, then they're gonna think about me when it's time for the renewal. What I'm gonna encourage you to do is to figure out when their renewal date is and then start communicating with them just prior to that date. If you start sending out emails every single day to your commercial list thinking that's gonna get them to wanna buy insurance from you, it's only gonna accomplish two things. Number one, it's going to increase your open rate. More people are going to open up your emails simply so that they can accomplish the second thing, which is unsubscribe. The point remains, all the things that agency owners are doing today to market themselves wouldn't even work on them. Now, the reason I think this is because there's a major disconnect and a major divide between the way buyers are buying things today and what marketing agencies and marketing best practices are telling people and how they should operate. The two have a major gulf of separation.
We were on a break. We were on a break. We were on a break.
Okay, the ranting is officially over. Let's get into some practical advice. The first thing you need to do is you need to articulate and clarify what your value proposition is. The second thing that you need to do is you need to understand your customers. You need to understand what motivates them. You need to understand their problems. You need to actually have conversations with them. Once you have a strong value proposition and once you understand your customers, then the third thing that you need to do is you need to make and put out content where they can see it. Because if they consume the content that speaks to the problems that they're having, that has the connective tissue between their problems and the solution that you have, then they're gonna build stronger affinity towards you and your agency. And they're gonna be more likely to want to consider you when they're making a buying decision. Look, this is not easy. In fact, it takes a ton of work. You're gonna have to do this consistently. There's a reason why a lot of people aren't doing this and they fall back into the old mindset of just, let me create some assets and some ads and then try to capture this information because I need to fill my pipeline. I need to have my producers working something. And I want you to turn that part of your brain off. Turn that lead gen part of your brain off.
You better lock it up. You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up.
And I want you to start to think about things more in the idea of your pipeline, qualified pipeline. You don't want to have your salespeople working a bunch of leads of a bunch of people that don't want to talk to them, that tell them to F off, that aren't ready to buy. That's the result of bad marketing. Good marketing focuses on a more qualified, even if it has to be smaller pipeline, because what you're needing to do is you're needing to educate your audience and again, build that connective tissue and connect the dots between what it is that your problems are facing on a regular basis and in how you can help them with a solution. That's what you need to focus on, and that takes a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. But if you do it, you'll find that you'll start to talk to people that want to talk to you, that are interested in the things that you have to say, and that they close more frequently. In fact, you'll also find that they refer you more people just like them, because that is how people are buying today. It's this word of mouth ecosystem where people are going to groups, they're going online, they're writing Google reviews, and you're able to have results where you can't tie any attribution to it. You can't say in a one-to-one basis, this worked. You just know that the more you do it, it's better for your agency. This is what you need to focus on. You need to measure your marketing success based on the quality of your pipeline and not on the quantity of your leads. It gets very, very expensive to try to talk to people who have no intent of buying from you. It's a waste of energy, resources, people, and time to try to focus on these things that don't matter. This is the old way of marketing, and this old way gets very expensive very fast. All right, let's talk about some nitty-gritty examples, things that you could be doing in your agency right now. You should be creating 3 to 5 content pieces that really go deep with your customer. This means you're gonna have to talk with your customers. You're gonna have to talk with people who are prospects, people who aren't your customer. Maybe it's people that used to be your customer. You can't be afraid to get this information, because without these insights, you're never gonna be at a place where you can make the content that's gonna resonate with the person that you're trying to write today. So you need to figure out these topics, these problems, these issues, these pain points that they have, and you need to go deep on it. You need to be opinionated. You need to have a point of view or an opinion on what it is that they're dealing with and how you can help solve this real problem with them. It's not just 3 ways to do X or 2 ways to do this or 7 ways to do Y. You need to connect the real problems to the real solution. You need to reframe their problem so that you have an opportunity to talk about how they can achieve more than what it is that they just see on the surface. You need to follow that with some case studies, some testimonials, people that were just like them that experienced the same success that you're trying to deliver for these people. You need to create this content without talking to your customers, without talking to prospects. You're not gonna know what to make. People always ask me, what kind of content should I make? It starts by listening to what it is that people are saying is a problem in their life, in their business, that if this was improved, this could be so much better. You know, in the insurance world, we talk about connectivity, we talk about integrations, we talk about technology being slow or inefficient or clunky. These are real problems. We talk about agents not having the proper tools to market themselves or to stand out or to create real value propositions or to compete with direct-to-consumer insurtechs. These are real conversations that people are having. And this is why we make content to try to solve those things, to help equip agents. It's no different for you and your customer. Again, this goes back to how people are buying today. Everybody, regardless of vertical, thinks in the same manner, the same method. They're looking for affirmation. They're looking for real resources and tools that are gonna help them achieve the results that they're trying to get. Once you make your content, you need to find your anchored platform. For us here at Better Agency, it's YouTube. You're watching this video on YouTube. We're all about YouTube. This is our anchored platform. You need to find your anchored platform. It could be video, but it doesn't have to be video. It could be a podcast. It could be Facebook. It could be LinkedIn. It could be Spotify. I say Spotify, it could be anything. Find your anchor platform where you think your customers are. And when you do that, then you're making content for that platform because you believe organically your customers are gonna come to that content and they're gonna be able to self-serve their own ideas on what it is that they need. Push out your content.
Smash, smash, smash. Yeah, the lady.
Don't just rely on the one platform to get your content out, but rely on email, rely on social media, rely on paid ads. Take your content. If you believe it's good, it's valuable, it's gonna help people, you need to take part of that, a snippet of that, the most valuable pearl of the oyster, and you need to push that out on social platforms and get the word out. Distribution is more important than the content itself because you can make the best piece of content, but if nobody watches it, nobody finds it, then it doesn't really matter. So take your content and push it out. Use paid advertising to get people in there. Target your job titles, target all that. I think the best platform for targeting is LinkedIn, bar none. LinkedIn has the best targeting for all commercial insurance. You can target by firmographics, you can target by job title, you can target by company size. You can get it to the right people. And don't be afraid, this is my own perspective, don't be afraid to market down the org chart. A lot of people think, well, I just need to get in front of the CEO or I just need to get in front of the CFO. And I'm telling you, send it to people who actually experience these real pain points. If you've got a solution for work comp or you've got a solution for cyber, then you need to market to people who feel that pain. It could be employees, it could be middle management. You need to get this into the hands of people and in front of the people that are experiencing these on a daily basis. Because again, people are going to buy based on word of mouth. They're going to buy based on what they're hearing, what they're seeing, the perception of the problem. And that is where you need to market to everyone, and you need to push it out organically and with paid advertising. And then the last thing is you need to repurpose and engage. Repurpose that content. Take little snippets of it, put it out on other platforms, create photos of quotes or things or B-roll. It doesn't matter. Just figure out more ways to push out the content on more than one occasion. You don't just want to just put it on the content channel and say, okay, well, we're good now. We got it all out there. On to the next piece. That's something we're guilty of and we want to do a better job of here at Better Agency. We want to do a better job of repurposing some of the good stuff we have. I just get, sidetracked and shiny object syndrome. I'm guilty of it myself, but you don't do that. Do as I say, don't do as I do in this situation. Repurpose the content in more ways because people are going to digest it in different ways. They're going to find it on Instagram. They're going to find it on Reddit. They're going to find it on TikTok. They're going to find it on YouTube. They're going to find it on this. They're going to find it on that. You want to repurpose it. And then as people are asking questions, as they're discussing it, you need to engage. You need to be there and you need to communicate with people. Ask them questions. Get them to ask questions and provide provide solid answers and solid feedback on the things that they're saying. I know it's time consuming, but it really isn't that hard. It boils down to this. Know who your buyer is. Make content that's relevant to them, and it's gonna help build desire in them to wanna buy from you. And then distribute. Put it out in the marketplace. Do it consistently. I make a video every single week. You need to be having the same type of cadence. You need to do it consistently, because the more you show up, the more likely it is that people are gonna know you. They're gonna recognize you. They're gonna believe that you have the right answer for their problems. But you have to do it when you show up on a regular basis. Hey, you made it to the end of this video. Make sure, if you're not already, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment down below. Let me know what questions do you have when it comes to building your commercial pipeline. I'd love to see if I can help you or bring somebody in who's a specialist and an expert who can also provide some answers. We'll see you again on the next video.